We are at Scream the Prayer. You're watching Battery on TVU, and this is the Chariot. Gentlemen, how you doing?
We're doing really good. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. You know, the first time I got to talk to you guys was at Scream the Prayer like 2 years ago, and here we are again.
True.
You have the memory of a god. Well done.
Not quite. Of a guy.
Yeah, no, I can go back and like look through file
literal.
footage and find out, you know, when was the last time.
I have as good of a memory as the next guy. Dope.
So how's Scream the Prayer been going for you guys?
Oh man, it's been pretty great. It's fun days.
It's been awesome.
Yeah?
Long, hot days, but other than that, the show's
Other
been
than
great, and the hangs are real good. So
Now, I don't want to start the interview off in a bad way, but Leroy from More of Ages specifically told me to ask you what the worst part of Scream the Prayer has been.
he said that to ask
Yeah,
us.
he said to ask what the biggest downer, the worst part of Scream the Prayer was.
Well, for us, I mean, the other day we got our van broken into.
I think that's probably what he was referring to. That sounds like a really terrible.
I'm literally
terrible
going.
thing. Wait, what's the
What
bad
is he
part?
wanting
Did
us
you
to
just
say? Yeah, it got broke into. That was
Dude,
pretty
that's a
bummer.
bummer.
But I don't think that was Scream the Prayer's fault.
No.
No, it was.
It was,
So, yeah, it was probably Leroy.
it was Leroy. Have you checked the bus? He could have all
That's
your
true.
stuff.
That's true up there.
All of the stuff. So you guys got broken into. That's a bummer, though.
Yeah.
For real.
Summer bummer, for real. It was a real summer bummer.
It was pretty wild because it was on a Friday in Canada, and so then we got to America on Saturday, and the window fixers don't work on Saturday or Sunday. So we're driving around with no window and/or sleeping bag in the window.
But what's great is you have our guitarist Brandon, who's got it's a blanket up there, but of course it's so windy that it's just
Right.
gonna blow it out. But if he puts his foot just right into the corner and his head on one and his hand on the other and keeps it all in there, the air condition actually works, and you can actually
Tell me you got a
feel
picture
it.
of that.
So yeah, we got
You got a
several
video.
videos, we got
Okay.
several pictures, and then but as long as he's doing that,
Yeah.
you know, which is like work for him.
Work for him. The
But
rest of
it
you
makes
can
us
stay
feel
cool.
great. But as soon as he like dozes off or whatever, and that flap starts going,
There
it's-
goes all the
it's
air conditioning
literally
out the window.
instantly hot and miserable.
Oh,
so,
man.
But praise report, got it fixed today. So,
Yes, new window.
new window, and there's no fingerprints on it, so it still looks like there is no window. So you got to be careful if you go over there.
Right.
Don't break it again.
All right, I won't run into it. More with the Chariots coming up. You're watching Battery. It's TVU. The Chariot is hanging out with me. We're at Scream the Prayer Tour. You're watching Battery. So the bad news, your van got broken into. The good news, I guess if it can be taken as good news, you said you jumped off a bridge into a river.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
those
Not related.
Those two things aren't related in any
Oh,
way.
you didn't. Wait, okay. You didn't jump off the bridge and somebody broke into your van while you were doing it.
No.
It's just a separate occurrence.
No, this is just another fun thing that happened. We jumped off the bridge into the river. It was in
That sounds awesome.
Little Rock. Yeah, it was really fun. But then we found out later that it was super dangerous because there's what are they, garfish that are like, they're like these like long skinny fish with tons of teeth that live in the river.
And you
So-
jumped in a river with those things.
Yeah, and then there's also like they found like, have you ever seen that show River Monsters?
Yes.
Yeah, they're like they find like catfish that are the size of the trailer and stuff. Like
Oh
that eat
my
people.
gosh! And
So
you
we're-
just decided
so
to
we're
go
just
for it.
swimming- Yeah, we're swimming.
So they
Swimming
could have
around.
jumped into
The mouth.
a fish, and we never would have known until they tried to swim back up.
And then it's like,
And
oh,
then
I'm inside a
realized,
fish.
oh, I'm
What
inside a
happened?
fish. This is a terrible idea.
I immediately
How's our
regret
van
this
window doing
decision.
right now? Just randomly asking.
Probably don't care because I'm dead.
Oh man. Okay, so the Chariot has been releasing a lot of videos lately. I have to say, my favorite of which is David De La Haas. Can we
It's a
talk
fun
about
one.
this video for a second?
Can we? Let's do it. Let's talk about it.
Okay. It's amazing. This video
Thanks.
is sick, man. Now, it was all one take. The big question is, how many
Which
times
take?
did you have to do that before it all was completed?
That was the second take.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's literally, we did a couple walkthroughs, not actually recording, but for the most part, we shot it to record it to do it once, and the drummers got a little bit off, and then we reset everything, and that what you see is literally the second take. The second take.
So that video took you like 15 minutes to shoot.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Yeah, literally. It's a little bit of prep work, you know, but
Right.
yeah, literally, that's the glorious thing about a one-take shot.
Right.
Is we were like, I wonder if that worked. And then you're like, well, we can go watch it. right now and see if it worked, because there's
Man.
no editing, no anything. It's done.
So awesome.
Yeah,
so
it was
who came
really
up with the
fun.
idea? Who set it all up? Like, did you guys get any input there? Or did somebody like, all right, I'll do it and take it over?
It's great because we were literally sitting at a Waffle House and we had the idea of recording a song live anyway, and so we were like, well, if we're gonna record it live, might as well video it and be like, here's what you're hearing on the record. And then we were like, well, that's gonna get boring just watching some dudes jam out, so we were like, oh, let's throw some drums in the kitchen. And then we were like, ooh, if we're gonna do that, let's do this and let's do this. And then we were like, oh, we can't do this because this. And one thing led to another, and it evolved into what it was. And it was just, there was no director, there was no budget. I mean, I think we spent like $25 on balloons and stuff, and for the most part, it was literally just us kind of like trying this, can't do this, making this work, doing this. And then at the end of the day, we were so proud of it and so stoked that it actually worked that we were like, well, let's just keep that its own entity.
Yeah.
And we re-recorded the song for the album so that the video is its own thing, and then on the album it's recorded normal.
So awesome. You know what that tells me? That tells me anything that starts at Waffle House turns into something great. Anything. Waffle House is the fountain of all
our
creation.
best ideas come from Waffle House.
There
I'm
it
sure
is.
of it, yeah.
More of the Chariots coming up. So let's talk about what the Chariot has coming up the rest of the summer. You're on Scream the Prayer now. What's coming up over the next couple months?
Well, we got a tour with I don't even know if we're supposed to say this, but by the time we'll do it anyway. Under Oath. And
yes, I've
Comeback
heard about
Kid
this tour.
and a band called This Is Hell. So those are 3 bands that we really enjoy, and really looking forward to that tour. And then after that, we're kind of in we don't know if we're going to go into a headlining tour or we may go into another support tour. It depends on how the next couple of weeks go with some things we got in the air. So
Okay. So the tour with Under Oath. Have you guys ever toured with Under Oath before? Has that ever happened?
Long time ago.
Yeah?
We've known those dudes a long time, but actually touring with them, we've done it one other time.
That's got to be pretty sweet, right?
Way a long time ago. Yeah, I know. It's going to be a blast.
Cool.
It's going to be great.
Cool. So besides the tour, what else is coming up? Anything other than touring news for the Chariot?
Oh man.
Or just hitting the road?
Well, we've been on tour since January.
Right. You guys have been touring like crazy.
So we're actually taking the month of August off, which is gonna be really nice.
Vacation time. Any plans for August?
Sit. I might sit.
Best plan right
I'm going to sit a little bit.
Go to Waffle House, get some inspiration.
You know how it's like hot right here?
Yeah.
I'm going to try and sit in a not hot zone. I'm going to find a not hot zone, like a zone that feels like quite nice, and just try to sit in that for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit inside a lot, but when I'm not, I'm going to try to work on, I got these chacos. I'm going to try to work on this tan line. I'll show you here. I want my
Yes! Look at that tan line.
My goal is for it to last through the winter.
That's impressive.
So
just stick your foot out in the sun?
Yeah, if I could optimize, did you see?
Yeah, we got it.
If I could optimize some sort of situation where I could be inside, but yet my feet aren't, that's what I'm trying
Windows.
to
There it is.
Okay.
Windows.
Yeah.
So if people want to keep up with the Chariot,
You're good.
Find dates with the Under Oath tour coming up and all that stuff, what's the best way to do that?
Sorry, I was looking behind the camera. It threw me off, but I'm gonna go to thechariot.com.
That's actually what I was asking.
Yes.
What's the best way to keep up, right?
Oh yeah. At the Chariot Jams Twitter and then the .com.
Okay.
With the .com, it will go to a page that says like coming soon, but then you can go to some other stuff that's real.
Okay.
But there's still great stuff going on behind the camera right now that you TV viewing audience will never know.
All right. Well, hey, if you want to keep up, you can get details, TVUlive.com. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me on the show today.
So much.
It's always a pleasure. You're watching Battery.